shockwaves.
Today, I'm pleased to welcome Jim Penman, CEO of Jim's, which is the largest services franchise in the Southern Hemisphere. Jim, welcome to AWS Business Builders. What has inspired you to start the Jim's franchise? Tell us about your founder story.
Well, desperation and the need to eat was the beginning. I did a PhD in history and ended up in 1982, basically flat broke, deeply in debt and with no possible job in sight. So I just turned my part-time lawn mowing business, which I did as a student, into a full-time business, and I franchised 7 years later.
Wow, and you started with gardening, but it's far more than that now because you've built an amazing business, a $500 million business. What were the core drivers for the success of that business?
It started off, I always had a passion for service. I basically had this aim, I was going to make my franchisees into really raving fans. That was the idea, that was the concept behind it. When somebody asked me at the beginning, they said, how many franchises do you think you might have one day? If it works out, maybe one day we'll have 100. We're currently at 4,600 and something and counting and still growing.
I love that. Again, as an example about customer obsession, this is very much about what we try to do at AWS, which is help our customers understand their customers. So I'm very interested to hear, what role has technology played in delivering a better customer experience?
One of the most crucial things is when you call a client back. If a client calls in a job, how quickly do you call them back? Well, we have a system, we're developing systems where it actually lets us know if we haven't done the right thing, we haven't followed up, so it reminds people. So what we can help people to do is to understand what the levels of service is and automate that response. One of the things we're developing is an app for customers so that a customer can go into the app and they can work out all sorts of things. When's their next lawn mowing service due? When's their dog due to be done? When's he coming? How's he booked up for the day? And then they can also just press a single button and say, okay, I've got my lawns mowed, no dog wash, now I want my cleaning done. Bang, and suddenly a message goes out and 5 minutes later, hopefully, franchisee brings up and says, how can I help you? So there's a more than 99% reduction in complaints in the last 30 years, all driven by technology.
What we know for sure from our customers is that costs is a real imperative for them as they're managing for the future. Tell us how technology has changed your cost environment.
You've got to have a system which is scalable. And that wasn't so in the old days when you used to just have your own server sitting in an extra room. And then you have a problem because then you need to grow beyond that. You need another server. Yes. And then you have excess capacity. You don't have enough capacity and so forth. So it was very obvious for us to go to the cloud. Our finance department, for example, we've actually got a program over the next 12 months to automate so many of the simple processes in that. We can actually keep on growing the business without growing the staff members.
Innovation, agility, scalability, cost reduction. These are all the things that we are hearing about from business that technology is really adding value around. So what's next for Jim's Group and how can AWS help you get there?
We love AWS because one of the reasons we went with you guys is because it's scalable. We're actually growing very fast and we have a lot of ambitions to go beyond gyms to other independent contractors elsewhere in the world.
So global expansion, it's not just going to be an Australian iconic brand, it's going to be a worldwide iconic brand. So thank you so much, Jim, for sharing your insights about technology. And a very big thank you to everyone out there for joining us on Business Builders today.